In the world of aviation, there are machines and then there are legends. For over 30 years, the sky belonged to a single king. It was a giant that defied the laws of physics, a behemoth so large that seeing it take flight felt like witnessing a magic trick. It cast a shadow that could cover a football field. It roared with the power of 6 massive engines. It was the heaviest aircraft ever built by human hands. To the world, it was known as the Antonov An-225. But to its creators, to its pilots, and to the nation of Ukraine, it had a different name. A name that meant more than just metal and fuel. It was called Mriya, the dream. For decades, Mriya was a symbol of human potential. It carried space shuttles on its back. It delivered life-saving aid to disastrous zones. It united aviation enthusiasts from Perth to Montreal, drawing crowds of thousands just to catch a glimpse of its landing gear touching the tarmac. But on February 27, 2022, the world watched in horror as the dream was shattered. This is the story of the rise, the life, and the tragic destruction of the greatest plane the world has ever seen, and why, even amidst the wreckage of war, the dream is not truly dead. To understand Mriya, we have to go back to a different era. The height of the Cold War, the 1980s, the Soviet Union and the United States were locked in a race not just for the Earth, but for the stars. The Soviets were building their own space shuttle, the Buran. It was a massive orbiter aimed at rivaling the American space shuttle. But the Soviet engineers faced a logistical nightmare. The shuttle and its massive Energia rocket boosters were built in factories in the West, thousands of kilometers away from the launch site in Baikonur, Kazakhstan. There were no railways wide enough to carry them. There were no roads straight enough. They needed to fly the components, but no plane in existence was big enough to handle the job. The task fell to the Antonov Design Bureau in Kyiv, Ukraine. The lead engineers were given an impossible deadline. They had to design and build a super transporter in record time. They didn't start from scratch. They took the design of the already massive An-124 Ruslan and pushed it to the absolute limit. They stretched the fuselage. They added 2 more engines, bringing the total to 6. They redesigned the wings. And most distinctly, they created a massive twin-tail structure. This wasn't just for looks. When a plane carries a space shuttle on its roof, the shuttle blocks the airflow to a standard tail fin. The split tail allowed Mriya to fly stable, even with a spaceship on its back. On December 21, 1988, the giant rolled out onto the runway in Kyiv. It was a cold, snowy day. The engineers held their breath. Could something this heavy actually fly? The engines roared to life, kicking up a storm of snow, and Mriya lifted off. It was a triumph of Ukrainian engineering. A few months later, it stunned the world at the Paris Air Show, arriving with the Buran shuttle piggybacking on top. It looked like something from science fiction, but history is unpredictable. Just as Mriya was entering its prime, the world changed. In 1991, the Soviet Union collapsed. The funding for the space program evaporated overnight. The Buran shuttle was parked in a hangar, left to gather dust. Suddenly, the world's largest plane had no mission. It had no purpose. For years, the An-225 sat silent in a corner of Hostomel Airport near Kyiv. Its engines were removed to be used on other planes. Its paint began to fade. It seemed like the story was over. The dream was becoming a ghost. But Ukraine refused to let the giant die. As the global economy entered the 2000s, the world changed again. Suddenly, industries needed to move massive things that couldn't fit on ships or trains. Giant wind turbine blades, entire trains, massive generators for power plants. The engineers at Antonov realized that Mriya was the only solution. They spent millions restoring the aircraft, upgrading its avionics, and bringing it back to life. In 2001, Mriya took to the skies again, but this time not as a weapon of the Cold War, but as a commercial worker. It became a rock star. Everywhere it flew, it made headlines. It holds over 200 world records. It transported the heaviest single cargo item ever airlifted, a generator weighing nearly 190 tons. It carried relief aid to Haiti after the earthquake. It transported military equipment for NATO. It was a bridge connecting continents. But perhaps its most noble mission came in 2020. When the COVID-19 pandemic shut down the world, Borders were closed and supply chains were broken. Nations were desperate for masks, protective suits, and testing kits. Mriya stepped up. The giant cargo hold, originally designed for rocket parts, was filled to the ceiling with medical supplies. It flew from China to Europe, delivering hope to Poland, France, and Germany. Pilots recall landing in empty airports, greeted only by doctors and military personnel who looked at the plane as a savior. It proved that this Ukrainian giant was a global asset. It belonged to the world. By early 2022, Mriya was resting at its home base, Hostomel Airport. It was undergoing repairs. One of its engines was dismantled for maintenance. It was grounded, unable to take off. And then came the morning of February 24th. At dawn, Russian helicopters swarmed the skies over the Dnipro River. Their target was Hostomel. This wasn't just an airport. It was a strategic gateway to the capital, Kyiv. If the Russians could capture the runway, they could land thousands of troops and storm the city. The battle for Antonov Airport was one of the fiercest of the entire war. Ukrainian National Guards and Special Forces fought desperately against the elite Russian airborne troops. Artillery shells rained down on the hangars. Rockets tore through the airfield. The sky turned black with smoke. For days, the aviation community held its breath. Rumors circulated online. Satellite images showed the hangar roof was pierced, but we all hoped. We hoped that maybe, just maybe, the giant had survived. But when the Russian forces were finally pushed out of the Kyiv region in April, the cameras entered the hangar. The images that followed broke millions of hearts. The dream was dead. The cockpit was completely incinerated. The nose of the plane, which had once opened to welcome space shuttles and humanitarian aid, was separated from the body, lying twisted on the concrete. The mighty wings were bent. The fuselage was riddled with shrapnel. The fire had been so intense that parts of the aluminum alloy had melted into puddles on the floor. It was a senseless act of destruction. The plane had no military value. It was a transport vessel, a symbol of engineering, destroyed in the crossfire of imperial ambition. Pilots, mechanics, and ordinary Ukrainians cried when they saw the wreckage. It felt like losing a close friend. A symbol of national pride, forged in Kyiv, known all over the planet, was now just a pile of scrap metal. However, the story of Mriya does not end in that ruined hangar. Almost immediately after the liberation of Hostomel, a vow was made. We will rebuild. It sounds like an impossible task. The cost is estimated in the hundreds of millions, perhaps billions of dollars. Critics ask, is it worth it? Is it practical to rebuild a plane from the 1980s in the 21st century? But there is a secret that gives hope. Mriya was not an only child. During the Soviet era, the construction of a second An-225 had begun. It was never finished. For decades, the hull of the second sister has been sitting in a secret warehouse, about 70% complete. It has the wings, the fuselage, the tail. The plan is ambitious: to salvage the surviving parts from the destroyed plane, the landing gear, some of the tail section, perhaps the engines, and combine them with the second unfinished hull. To create a new Mriya, a modern Mriya, equipped with state-of-the-art electronics, but with the same soul as the original. It will take years. It will require international support. But the motivation is there, because Mriya was never just about moving cargo. It was proof that we can build things larger than ourselves. It was proof that humanity can conquer the sky. The wreckage of the An-225 still lies at Hostomel today, a monument to the brutality of the invasion. But the spirit of the aircraft remains untouched. Metal can be burned, steel can be twisted, but you cannot kill a dream. One day the roar of those 6 engines will be heard again. And when that day comes, when the new Mriya lifts off the runway and climbs into the blue and yellow sky, it will carry the most important cargo of all, the unbreaking spirit of freedom. The king of the skies will return.